Welcome, horror freaks. Welcome back. We're doing something a little different today. That's right. I'm a big fan of professional wrestling, as most of you know. And I figured, you know what? There have been a lot of wrestlers who have appeared in horror films and horror TV shows. And I'm going to focus specifically on the movies. And I do have two special guests that are going to be joining me, talking about some of the wrestlers that they have seen in horror movies as well. So before we get on with the main list, we are going to give an honorable mention to a certain icon, the man called Sting. Back in 2001, Sting appeared on an episode of The Nightmare Room, a short-lived series based on the work of R.L. Stine. The episode is called Tangled Web, and it revolves around a young man who has a very bad reputation for lying. He would make up excuses left and right, make up lies to impress people, and after a very bizarre substitute teacher notices this and basically claims that what he's saying is true, a lot of supernatural things start happening, and all of the tall tales that he's telling starts to come true. And you're probably asking, where does Sting fall into all of this? Well, the kid makes lies left and right about claiming to see a mummy, having a brother that messes with his bullies, his house being robbed by clowns in masks, just so many random things, including Sting. And Sting is in this because the young man told his friend that he could get his friend into a wrestling show because he's close with Sting. And when it came time for the show to come around, he says that his Sting hates him because when they were emailing each other, he gave emails to a bunch of people, and Sting got very upset and told him when he saw him, he would break him in half. And at one point, Sting does break into the high school and starts running after the kid, chasing him all over the place, along with the other monsters. And I must say, Sting breaking into a classroom side by side with a mummy is one of the greatest things I have ever seen in my life. Fantastic stuff. Now then, let's get on with the main list. So, up first on this list is CM Punk, the best in the world, the voice of the voiceless. When he left WWE years ago, he decided to do a little bit of acting. And he starred in a film called Girl on the Third Floor, where he's a married man who has a baby on the way. He's renovating a new house, but weird supernatural shit starts to happen in that film. He was in a movie called Rabid. This woman was in a car accident, and after experimenting with some stem cell treatments, she begins to have a hunger for flesh. At one point, she encounters this asshole that CM Punk is in it, and he starts trying to get freaky with this woman, but unfortunately he falls victim, and then he starts to have a hunger for flesh. And he was also in another film called Jacob's Wife. It revolves around a couple that's having marriage problems. There's a vampire in the town that encounters them and starts to stalk them. CM Punk plays one of the deputies that finds out about what's really going on in the town, and he tries to stop the vampire. Hey, how you doing? It's going right in there.
Let's also not forget Jacob Goodnight, Glenn Jacobs, Kane, and Cena Weevil, May 19th.
Thank you so much, Moby Ley. Moving on, we have Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who was in Doom, who plays Sarge. It's based on the Doom games, and he's down there with his crew, with Reaper, trying to save these scientists from all the monsters and stuff. And Dwayne's kind of a dick in this movie, but I know a lot of people hate Doom, but he played this awesome badass sergeant in the film, and the final showdown was actually really fun. So I can't knock the Great One for being in this film because I enjoyed it personally. I know a lot of people say it's action, but there are some horror and sci-fi elements in this film, so I'm counting it. Third, last but not least, Mr. Tyler Mane. Most of you know him as an actor. He's been in horror movies, he's been in action films. You know, a lot of people remember him as Sabretooth in X-Men. That was one of his first big roles after he retired from wrestling. He was in WCW, known as a man named Big Sky, and he actually teamed up with Kevin Nash back then, when Kevin Nash was known as Vinny Vegas. But anyway, One of his biggest roles to date was portraying the iconic Michael Myers in Rob Zombie's Halloween. And in my opinion, he played one of the most vicious versions of Michael Myers. This tall guy who's just not taking any shit from anybody. And he did an incredible job. So those are my picks. Now, we're going to hand this one over to another good friend of mine, the Boogeyman.
It's the Boogeyman, and I have been summoned by the Strange Monkey. The Strange Monkey would like to know what my favorite wrestler appearances are in horror films. Woo! Scary! Scary! Oh, it's blurry now. Blurry and scary. All right, my first horror movie that features a wrestler is The Predator, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jesse the Body Ventura, who wrestled for the WWE. I ain't got time to bleed. Number two, my second favorite horror movie featuring a wrestler was They Live, starring the great late Rowdy Roddy Piper. I've come to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. You can call me Bazooka. No. Get it? No bubblegum? I'm all out of bubblegum. Time to get your ass kicked. My third and final horror movie. Well, you know what? It's not actually a horror movie. It's a comedy, I think, with Richard Pryor and the great King Kong Bundy. Remember that one, King Kong Bundy? Did you know that the director of Married with Children was a big fan of wrestling, and he named the Bundys after King Kong Bundy? Steve Rhodes, the next door neighbor. Steve Rhodes was named after Dusty Rhodes. Fun fact, I'm an American dream. Finish your story, Cody! Finish your story! You can beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40! I believe in you, Cody! You just need to eat your prayers, say your vitamins, and always believe in the Boogeyman! We'll see you next time on the Dead Skeleton Show!
Those are some very interesting picks, I gotta say. I want to say thank you to Moby Ley and the Boogeyman for being in this episode. I'm thinking about doing a part 2. We'll see how this goes. So anyway, guys, do you know any other wrestlers that have been in horror movies? Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe, follow me on all of my social media platforms, and have yourselves a good fry.
Hey, it's me, the international superstar Moby Ley, and you, I'm filming you right now. Yes, you watching this video, and I am filming you liking this video. I'm filming you hitting a thumbs up. I am filming you subscribing. Right now, I'm breaking the fourth wall.
Okay.
I'm filming it all. I'm filming you showing all the support to the Strange Monkey. I'm filming it. You are in the video right now. You're in this video. I'm filming you showing us. I'm filming you looking at the other videos. I'm filming all of it happening. It turned off. They found out.
Okay, it turned off. Okay.
Have yourselves a good fright.